Another season of Death Battle has finally came and gone. We had great episodes, we had mid episodes, and then we have, I can't really say bad episodes because I'll be honest, there's a lot of them that I still like, with the only exception being Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers, because my god, that shit is disappointing AF. Anyways, enough of that. Let's talk about season 10. That's right, 10. And I'm not going to predict the entire season. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm just going to talk about my 5. Yeah, you heard that. 5 death battles I want to see on Death Battle. So, so without further ado, let's get into this. But hold on. Don, Bill versus Discord and Alex versus Cole has already been announced. Yeah, those two are the only exceptions. If you actually pay attention to Death Battle. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you didn't bother to see the season finale. And don't get me wrong, I like it, but I can't help but feel like the finale is... Oh my god. It's one of the lamest matchups you could have done. It's literally just Goku and Vegeta versus Goku and Vegeta. To be fair, the episode was still good. I still like it. But, my god, it feels like a Dragon Ball fanboy scripted every single part of the video. But enough of that. Let's get into this. I'ma do this shit until they murder me. Alright, so the 5th one on the list is Kratos versus Dante. Now, obviously, this probably would have been the most predictable matchup I could have put on the list, but it's down here for a reason. The reason is because, well, I think I've heard confirmation that they are gonna do this, potentially, so it is to be expected, but I'm still putting it on the list anyways, but at the very last. That still doesn't mean that I like the matchup least to the others. Oh no. This matchup has a lot of potential behind it. Given the goofy nature and serious nature of the personalities of Dante and Kratos, you could have a great interaction. And obviously the death, well, if Kratos was to win, I think it would be the most brutal one, obviously. Given the fact that his home series God of War showed gods in one of the most gruesome ways possible. Heck, he literally decapitated Helios, but not cut his head off. No, he just ripped it out with his bare fucking hands. And if Dante was to win, it's hard to say. Hey, I don't know much about his killing blows, but maybe have the killing blow be like his Marvel vs. Capcom level 3 Super. That could be a good reference if it's put naturally in the fight. In fact, I think Devil May Cry has a good focus on like combo games with different styles. At least that's what I believe based on some limited gameplay I've seen with DMV. Which is a shame because I want to be into Devil May Cry. As for God of War, Kratos is a good boy too, but I like how I said Kratos is a good boy when he's actually a fucking man. Like seriously, this guy compared to, I think Ben Singer said himself, compared to compared to Kratos, Dante is a mere boy. Please do this matchup because I am being desperate at this point. And yes, Ashura is a good fit for Kratos as well, but I really want to see Dante on here. Please do a death battle, please! And number 4 is Genos versus Raiden. This one is probably the most tragic matchup I've ever put on the list, but not because these two are tragic cyborgs. Oh no, it's for a completely different reason. It's because Excalibur versus Raiden happened. So it's extremely unlikely this matchup is gonna be on Death Battle, despite how much I want it. I need it. This matchup is practically the best matchup for Raiden. But why? Oh my god. I don't know what to say, guys. This is a good matchup for Raiden if he was ever to return once again on Death Battle. But, you know, it is what it is. But that still doesn't mean I don't like the matchup. I really do. It's on here on number 4 because I still want to give it the respect it deserves. But hey, there's the 1 minute melee, so I guess there's no reason to complain, but still. Also, I've heard from one person who commented on my remake that Genos would win, which I guess he could if you want to argue that. But still, this could have the best death for either one. Either a perfect incinerator death or the satisfying slice up the cyborg death. Either one would be pretty epic, and considering that it can be done in sprite, I guess there's another option rather than 3D the Raiden twice in a row. Anyways, next one. I don't want to continue talking about this because it makes me sad. So number 3 is pretty interesting because this is a matchup that I only recently got into. I was originally gonna put Ghost Rider versus Spawn on here, but at the end, I feel like this one is more interesting. Lord Drakkon versus Kamen Rider der Omazeo. This one is an interesting matchup because okay, first of all, they literally had Captain America versus Kamen Rider Ichigo as a Death Battle cast. And granted, this one could be interesting, but at the end, and I feel like this one is more interesting because while Captain America and Kamen Rider Ichigo captures the heroic side of Kamen Rider, and the other two Power Rangers Death Battles captured the heroic side of Power Rangers, these two captures the dark side of Power Rangers and Kamen Rider. These two are the dark counterparts of White Ranger and Kamen Rider Zeo. This one is pretty much on here. Okay, if I'm being honest, some tracks I listen to can influence what I feel of the matchup, but even with the tracks out of the question, this one is still interesting. Because I like it when they start tackling heroic characters and their darker versions. Because I feel like that could make for an interesting matchup. This one being no different, but But that's pretty much the reason for my number 1. But we'll get into that in a second. Let's move on, because number 2 is a hot mess. Okay, so the reason why number 2 is a hot mess is because I have 2 matchups I would want to put on here. The first one being Ragnar the Blood Edge versus Velvet Crow, because I feel like Ragnar deserves a second chance in Death Battle because his first time, he pretty much have his home series mocked for being confusing. Which sucks, because I want to be invested in the character. My first impression of Ragnar is this unlikable guy who just roots a lot. But I fortunately have figured out that's not the case, and he's actually a likable character. But still, his first time on Death Battle was not a good one. But instead of Ragnar vs. Stoll again, Ragnar vs. Velvet is better. My reasoning for this is because the connection is pretty much two bitter main characters who lost their arms in a traumatic event, who got them replaced with a supernatural arm. And and pretty much they got titles as like the Grim Reaper and the Lord of Calamity. But I just feel like we get to have a new character onto Death Battle and have a returner character get the respect that they deserve. So yeah, I'm sure this could be a good fight. I'm pretty sure Ragnar takes this with ease, but still, it could have a unique interaction and a new character coming into Death Battle. So my second one is oh come on, it's Ghost Rider vs. Spawn. Come on, this is one of them. This is Ghost Rider vs. Spawn. These two are human characters who, well, made a deal with the devil and basically are now the representation of vengeance. Come on, this is one of the coolest matchup they would have done. Spawn obviously has that guy from Shin Megami Tensei as well, but still, this is the matchup that could be done. Make it Death Battle. Ghost Rider vs. Lobo is a bad matchup. Do Ghost Rider vs. Spawn. Do it, Death Battle, if you have the balls. Now, for number 1, it's pretty much the most predictable one if you know me well. It is Zangetsu vs. Sukuna. This one pretty much is my Bleach bias. What else do you want me to say? Bleach has been in Death Battle 2 times. Those being Madara vs. Aizen and Naruto Uzumaki vs. Ichigo Kurosaki. Now, the latter made me go into Bleach, and the second one is pretty much people saying Aizen should have won. And it's not because Bleach needed a dub in Death Battle. It's pretty much it's classic versus debating, you know? But this matchup pretty much hits my Bleach bias. It's basically like, Lord Drakon versus Omazeo, but these two are the manifestations of the main characters. Basically like, Ichigo's powers and Yuji, pretty much eating Sukuna's finger for some fucking reason. But, you know, these two are now part of the main characters. So let's just... What else do you want me to talk about this? So that is pretty much my what I want from Death Battle in Season 10. If these happens, great, I'll be happy. But if they didn't, that's fine. I'll hope the season is enjoyable either way. Anyways, that was the video. Hope you all have a good day. I'm gonna go take a break.